because I feel like, you know, a black woman shouldn't have to lie about anything these days, especially if you got a good man.
Tammy and Dante fell in love more than 6 years ago. With a total of 7 children between them, they were determined to live the American dream. But now, after 3 years of marriage, that dream has morphed into a nightmare, leaving them broken and distrustful.
I bought him a wedding ring. He gets mad and takes it off when he's mad, don't want to wear it.
I'm picking the kids up, cooking for them and stuff like that. I don't have no problem with it, but at the same time, she never gave me any credit for that.
You need to joy one another, not investigate one another.
Yeah.
The covers are pulled back and the truth is revealed.
What are you doing going out and changing over a friend's house?
Today, on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Tammy Beaufort and Dante Beaufort. Mr. and Mrs. Beaufort, you have been married for 3 years, although you have been separated for the last month or so. 7 children you are raising between you. And you have a financial matter you would like me to resolve as you divorce. But before we do that, Mrs. Beaufort, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today in divorce court?
Well, yeah, Your Honor, first of all, I have been married to this man for 3 years, and we're still having trust issues. He don't trust me. It's like every so often we're arguing about why I'm not answering my phone or why didn't I let him know where I was going at. So it's like we're always constantly arguing about trust.
Now, why doesn't he trust you to begin with? Is he just insecure, or were there some infidelities or problems on your part at some point in the relationship? I see it's the second one.
I'm gonna be honest. I have lied about small things in the past.
Such as?
Just like where I'm at this time or where I went.
Why did you feel the need to lie about where you were or where you were going?
Well, there wasn't no need. It's just, I feel that just to not have an argument, just to save an argument. If I tell you where I'm going, it's still an argument. So either way, it still was an argument. So it still was.
It was a useless lie because you would end up arguing anyway.
Exactly.
Mr. Beaufort, you don't trust her.
Basically, no, ma'am.
And why don't you trust her?
Well, basically, I mean, just for instance, the small lies, because I feel like, you know, a black woman shouldn't have to lie about anything these days, especially if you got a good man. And
now, wait a minute. Hang on. A black woman shouldn't have to lie about anything these days. You know, now, that's an interesting racial designation. I've never. Could you explain that to me on a racial level?
Not racial. It's just that's what I'm dealing with, a black woman. You know, I'm not racial at all. You know.
Oh, okay. So we can just take the black part out.
Yeah,
and we're just gonna say a woman shouldn't have to lie to you.
Exactly.
Have you ever caught her in a lie or in a circumstance that you feel was inappropriate?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's like one incident when she left the house in a order of clothes, and she came back in a different, you know, and I asked her, I seen her when she came in, she put the clothes in the laundry room, so I just asked her where she been and why, you know, why this happened. And she lied, of course, but ended up coming back telling me that she, you know, changed at her friend's house. Now, you know, as a man,
Wait.
Hang on.
That's gonna raise flags, you know, and so I feel like she shouldn't have to argue.
What are you doing going out and changing over a friend's house? Why is that necessary?
That's not correct, Your Honor. I did not change at a friend's house. What happened was I had just purchased an outfit that was inside of my car. That morning, I had an appointment to go to a class. I was trying to start classes for my career. Once I got there and seeing how everybody was dressed, I thought it was just where we would just talk and go over some stuff.
Oh, so you thought you were dressed inappropriately?
Yes, I did.
And you wanted to change to fit the circumstance?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell him that?
Yes, I did.
See, that's the problem. See, at that particular day, I didn't know where she was going. I didn't know she had a appointment or so-called this or that, you know.
Why don't you tell me the one story that would make me raise my eyebrows and say, Mrs. Beaufort is doing something on the side?
Let me see. Basically, that's probably about the worst, you know, and then, I mean...
Now, Mr. Beaufort, I'm getting jealous and not quite reasonable over your head.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, just it doesn't seem rational that this kind of thing would cause you that much angst.
I mean, it's like dealing with women, period. You know, it's like trust. Like I said, I'm not sitting up here saying I'm the most trustworthy, but I don't feel like I have to lie to her about nothing small. If ain't nothing going on, ain't nothing going on. That's just it.
Now, Mr. Beaufort, I'm gonna ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
You said something about black women, then you said dealing with women. You got you had trouble with women in the past?
Oh, no, ma'am. Never.
Nobody's broke your heart, slept with your brother, anything like that?
No, ma'am.
None of that went on?
No, ma'am. I always been around friends who had that problem. So like I didn't go through that. You know, just being honest with you.
You know, you can't tag your wife with the community's sins.
Yes, ma'am.
You see what I'm saying? You have to treat her in a manner that is appropriate to her conduct.
Yes, ma'am.
And if she hasn't done anything that would make you believe that she behaves as the community behaves, then you can't hold her to a higher standard.
When divorce court continues, did Dante get the church to say amen?
You say that you talked to a minister about your problems and that he said that he believed they stemmed from Mrs. Beaufort's behavior. Is that accurate? Your mama warned you not to marry your mate. If you're ready to admit that she was right and divorce is your best option, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Dante Beaufort, who doesn't trust his wife Tammy because she admits to lying to him. But does Tammy lie out of fear?
Sometimes he degrade me. He try to make me feel low.
I want you to tell me about his failure to appreciate you.
I mean, it's just like the things that I buy him. It's like he look at it like, Like, for instance, with our wedding rings. I bought him a wedding ring. He gets mad and takes it off when he's mad, don't want to wear it.
Do you take your wedding ring off when you're mad?
Yes, ma'am. Like during a heated argument, I might, you know, take it off, but a wedding ring, I mean, that represents being married, but at the same time, how we living also represents it too. So, yeah, I do take it off every now and then.
Let me tell you, you can't take your wedding ring off every time you get... Part of marriage, wedding ring is about marriage, and marriage isn't about all happy love. Marriage is about the arguments and the anger and the upset and the not getting along and the commitment to stay with that person despite the fact the day sucks a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what I mean? So you keep it on to remember that it's about in good times, in bad, in sickness, and in health. That's what it's about, not just in happy, but it's I'm gonna stick with you when it's ugly.
Yes, ma'am.
So keep that ring on.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw in your notes, you say that you talked to a minister about your problems and that he said that he believed they stemmed from Mrs. Beaufort's behavior. Is that accurate?
I mean, yes, ma'am. Both of us was talking to the minister, and I mean, he was...
And what was his assessment?
As far as like the financial thing, she believes a man should go and make the money and just put it in her hands and let her do what she got to do with it. And I got to go ask her for money, which I don't believe that. And then like as far as like telling a man the things he want to know, like as far as like where you going, just not checking up on you or got a handcuffs on you or anything, but just let me know where your location.
Mrs. Beaufort, let's start with the money part. Are you demanding the money and not handling your financial end appropriately?
No, Your Honor, no, because I work also, and we go have with our bills that we have. So why would I need your money? As long as you're putting out as much as I am and we're handling our responsibilities, that's all matters. I'm not gonna want his money because he gonna want my money. So no.
In your papers, you said, all I want is for him to see me for who I am.
That's correct.
Explain that to me. Now listen. And don't listen to argue with her.
Yes,
This is a deep want that she's about to tell you about. So let's listen to her and figure out what it is she needs. Go ahead, Mrs. Beaufort.
Well, like I say, yes, that's all I want, because I want to be able to come to him, talk to him about anything, and not be judged by anything. And sometimes he degrade me. He try to make me feel low.
What does he say?
It's just the way that he talks when he get mad.
Give me an example.
One time before, he was telling me that I went to school for my career and that I didn't give him any attention. He feels like it's all about me when it's not all about me. I'm out here trying to make ends meet. I'm trying to better myself for my family. And it's like he's not lifting me in that aspect. It's like you're bringing me from that. He
So
said,
you
"Oh, I
went
got
to
to be home
school?
with the kids." Yes, I got to be home with the kids, and I got to cook for them.
Mr. Beaufort, your response to that?
Man, on that right there, like the kids, I don't have a problem with the kids at all. Like I'm better with them than she is, you know. But it's like at that time she was going to school. I mean, that was like 8 months of that. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm picking the kids up, cooking for them and stuff like that. I don't have no problem with it, but at the same time, she never gave me any credit for that. I mean, I want you to have a career, just like I wanted us to have careers before we even got married, you know, so because I feel like that's better, that's more stable ground. And to try to sit here and build a marriage on like lies, small lies at that, I feel like, you know, why?
When divorce court continues, has the distrust between Tammy and Dante invaded the holidays?
I just went through my phone that day, forwarding Happy Mother's Day to all the women that I knew was in my phone. She woke me up 2 in the morning, screaming my head off while I'm texting her friend, and all it said was Happy Mother's Day.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Tammy Beaufort, who says her husband Dante expects too much credit for taking care of the kids. But does a pat on the back go a long way?
Let me tell you something. That's how they feel about it. Give them some applause. It won't hurt you. You say you're looking for stability and all she brings you is drama. Give me a situation where it was a reasonable situation and she went all dramatic about it.
Oh, man, let me see. As far as like, okay, on Mother's Day, I just went through my phone that day, forwarding Happy Mother's Day to all the women that I knew was in my phone. She woke me up 2 in the morning, screaming my head off while I'm texting her friend, and all it said was Happy Mother's Day, and it was a forward messages to everybody that was women in my life.
No, that wasn't forward.
It was forward.
Well, no, wait a minute. What she said, it's Happy Mother's Day.
That's all it was.
I get Happy Mother's Day messages all day long from people, you know, the people when I'm flying on Mother's Day. The guys at TSA say Happy Mother's Day because I'm a chick. Why do you find that so distressing?
Because it's the same friend that he talks about like she's the worstest woman on earth.
It's like Merry Christmas. If I don't like you and it's Christmas time and I see you got a tree, I say Merry Christmas. If I don't know what you believe in, I say Happy Holidays. It's, you know, let me tell you people something. I think what we've got here is two good people that are in a jacked up community that's always fractured in everything. And you two are so busy, afraid of becoming part of that fractured community, you don't see that you have a good thing going here. You're hysterical about nothing. Nobody's cheating, nobody's running around, but you live in a place where people do that all of the time, so you let all of that bleed into a household that is going on. You've got a thing that a lot of men have about when you do step up and do some of that homework, and I mean in the housework, it makes you feel a little less than. So you want a few more applause for that than otherwise should be necessary. Applause you wouldn't give her because it makes you feel a little less than. Let me tell you something. That's how they feel about it. Give them some applause. It won't hurt you. You know, I mean, it shouldn't be necessary. They should be able to do it. But they got ego issues that we can't deal with. Just like we got, I need love and you need to tell me beautiful when I look tacky. That's our issue. Their issue is men need applause when they least deserve it. We need love when we're least able to give it. And that's what you two have to understand.
When Divorce Court continues, will Judge Lynn's advice on how to pull the weeds from their marriage work?
Love doesn't just maintain itself. It's like a garden. You gotta water it. You can't just leave it out there to melt in the sun.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Tammy and Dante Beaufort, who after 3 years of marriage are ready to call it quits.
Ain't nobody cheating on you. Ain't nobody cheating on you. What's going on is you're looking and digging and figuring out and you know, don't be looking in each other's phones and worrying about that. You don't have that kind of marriage. You need to joy one another, not investigate one another.
Yeah, and yeah. You're right.
I think you're in a disassembled community and you're trying to make a right marriage in a wrong place. You've got to construct walls and a moat around your home. Don't let what's going on out in the community affect the good thing that you've got there. You're a team. You're on the same page. Every morning, get a cup of coffee, sit down. Hey, baby, this is my day. This is what we're going to do. I love you. Let's get this done. Love doesn't just maintain itself. It's like a garden. You got to water it. You can't just leave it out there to melt in the sun because the environment will do stuff to it. Yes, and your environment is doing stuff to your marriage. You got to put, you know, you got to cover it up if it's a frost. You got to 5 minutes a day in the morning. This is what we're getting done today. I love you. This is where I'm going.
See?
This is what's happening. Touch her hand. Tell her she's beautiful. She got a rag on her head. It don't matter. Got some fluffs on her feet. She come out there, baby, I love you. You're beautiful. This is what I'm doing today. This is how we're going to get there. When we going to steal 15 minutes to get away from these 7 kids we got so we can just touch one another. This is where we need to go. She needs to feel loved and appreciated. You need to he needs a little bit of applause for what he does because he's being a right guy in a community in which there are not a lot of right guys.
Ooh. Oh,
and I think he wants you to say thank you for that. I'm not giving you people any money at all. I want you people to go home. I want you to talk to Teresa. This woman is fabulous. We got somebody back there, knows how to get things done and know how to get things started. You love one another. You take your time with one another. I'm gonna give you one of my books, Making Marriage Work. There's a whole chapter in there about how to restart some fun, how to have a conversation. If you get mad, step back, read the chapter that you're mad about, and then go to it again because you two are too good not to be together. You two have got too much going on for you not to stay with one another. You two have made it in a community that is trying to pull you apart. Don't let them. She loves you. She's good to you. She wants you. And he loves you. He's good to you.
I just want to be better at showing it.
Yeah. Don't be an irritant. You know what I mean? Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Don't be calm. Be nice. Don't speak your fears. Speak your love.
Thank you.
This matter is adjourned. It is so ordered.
All right. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Tammy reports that her marriage hasn't gotten much better. She says that when the judge told Dante he was a good man, it went to his head, and he now thinks he can do no wrong. But Dante feels that he and Tammy are communicating better, and that he's been more trusting of her. He says, "I feel that Judge Toler felt my pain, and I appreciate everything she did for us."